Hi friends, I'm back with another practice along video on how to go from downward facing dog into any standing position. I know that this challenges so many people. It's one of the most requested things I get. People unable to just step their foot in between their hands. It seems like it should be so easy, but we all struggle. So I'm going to give you a step-by-step method for you to build your ability to step in between your hands from down dog. Now, first though, I want to talk about what makes it so difficult. Let's think about what happens when we step our foot in between our hands from downward facing dog. We're really moving through a pose called knee to nose pose, which is essentially shifting into a high plank position where your shoulder blades are spread away from your spine and your front body is in what we call a hollow body position. So the shoulder blades spread away and the belly pulls into the spine. And that creates a lot of space with which to pull or flex one of your legs into your chest. So I've already highlighted 3 things that you need in order to do this transition. You need to be able to spread your shoulder blades away into a really deep protraction. You need to have a strong core in order to really get that hollow body shape to create space to flex your leg in towards your chest. And you need strong hip flexors in order to flex your leg, like I just said, into your chest, right? It's the hip flexors that bring the leg in towards the torso. But here's something I think a lot of people don't think about, and I know for me I didn't actually realize this until I could very successfully do knee to nose, was that a lot of the ability to actually bring my knee all the way and actually touch my nose is the flexibility in the back line of your body. So let's think about that for a second. If I don't have a deep forward fold, if my forward fold looks something like this, then when I'm doing knee to nose, my knee is probably going to be about this far away from my face. But when I can start unlocking this whole back line, the posterior line of my body here, and engage my front, then you could see how perhaps if I take my leg into the shape of knee to nose, I might actually be able to touch my knee to my nose and to make that transition a lot more smoother. So that action of the torso and the thigh, that's called compression. So if we think about that, we need a very strong front body to be able to compress the torso into the thigh and bring the knee up towards the nose. And then alternatively, we need a very flexible back body that's allowing that stretch to happen. So I hope that makes sense. Now, in lieu of all of that, you might not have those today, right? So I want to give you a bit of a practice along that you could do over and over again to help you build up this transition. So our practice along is going to have 3 components. We're first going to stretch the back body. We're going to then get the mobility in the scapula of the shoulders to be able to deeply protract them. And then we'll fire up the core, and then we'll put those 3 things together, and I'll give you a step-by-step method. So let's get started. For today's practice, I'd love for you to have 2 blocks or some kind of prop, and the ability to use a wall space if possible. So we'll start with stretching our back line of our body and thinking about compressing and engaging the front line. So just come onto your mat, have your feet hips distance apart here, standing tall. Bring your hands to your hips, and I want to make sure that as you fold, you're hinging at the hip joint here. So the pelvis is moving, and I want you to tilt that pelvis forward. Now, if at a certain point you feel the pelvis want to draw under like that, that's when I want you to bend your knees. And you might be thinking, bend my knees, what? I'm trying to stretch my legs. But in fact, when we fold like this, we're actually shortening all of the very muscles we want to stretch. So I'd rather your knees bent and your belly to your thighs. So your forward fold might look like this, and that's perfect. You could also slide 2 blocks underneath your hands. Just breathing here. Now, I want you to take ragdoll, so grab opposite elbows. And again, a little soft bend in your knees or even a deep bend in your knees in order to get your belly to your thighs. Release your head. So your upper back is flexed, the shoulder blades are slightly moving away from your spine. Really deeply pull your low belly in. Resist the urge to just let it be soft here. And we're going to take some kind of forceful swings. So it'll look like this, forward and back. And as we pick up momentum here, the legs might start to open up a little bit, or they might not, that's okay. And we're kind of using the momentum and the weight of our upper body to come into this kind of weighted stretch. We'll go for 8 more, 7, 6, belly keeps pulling in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hang and hold, but hang doesn't mean hang out. I want you to really use your muscles, feel the back line stretch, front core muscles pull deeply in, and the crown of the head releases. We'll release our hands to the ground. Again, you can be elevated on blocks if you need to here. And then you could place your hands on your calves or your heels and begin to pull your head through towards your legs. Now, again, your legs might be bent, and so it might look like this. That's all good. It might even look like this. That's all good. So we're working compression of the front torso to your legs. Breathe. All right, inhale out of that, and we'll come all the way up to stand. I'm going to show you a way to use the wall to get into a deep stretch in your forward fold. Again, no matter how straight your legs are or deep you are in this moment. So let's head on over to the wall. What I'm going to have you do is forward fold facing the wall. And essentially what this is giving you is an assist on your back. So when you're practicing at home, you have some applied pressure to help you compress. So you got to kind of, work your way down in here. And you might need your knees bent, or maybe your feet are farther away from the wall. But basically, you're kind of snuggling down and in. I got to kind of shimmy my feet towards the wall to where your thoracic, your mid-spine, is pushing into the wall. And I'm bringing my chin in towards my chest. And then I can press, if your legs are straight, you can work pressing your thigh bones back. If your legs are bent, just push actively your back body into the wall. Breathe deeply. Adjust as needed. Whew. Keep pulling your belly button into your spine. Breathing. I'm going to come out and kind of show you what some of you might look like. Maybe it's a little bit more like this. That's good too. And then eventually you're kind of working your feet a little closer and your back body in, chin to chest. All right, let's work on out of that. We'll take one more stretch on the floor. So we'll take the same forward fold on our seat. Make sure that pelvis is tilting forward. You could also use a strap around the soles of your feet here, or even take one of your blocks if your hands are reaching past your feet in this way so that they have something to push into. And we're folding. So again, the same thing would apply here. If you're a little locked up, you can have the feet hips distance apart here and bend your knees and fold. So approaching the same pose in different kind of weight-bearing positions and different things to press into will help you unlock your flexibility. Breathing here. And just kind of imagine here that knee to nose shape of your thighs close to your belly and chest. One more breath. And we'll come on out. Okay, let's come on to tabletop position. We'll shift gears, talk about the protraction of our shoulders here. So from tabletop position, we are going to protract our shoulders. That means spread them away from your spine. So try not to do cat-cow here. I want you to just push the floor away and really feel the shoulder blades spread away, and then draw them in towards each other. And then push away and draw them in. And keep going. Push and draw them in. And again, push in. So protract the shoulder blades and retract the shoulder blades. Now we're going to add on kind of that hollow body shape through cat stretch. So you'll protract the shoulder blades, bring your chin in towards your chest, belly button pulls up, and the pelvis is in a bit of a posterior backward position here. Holding. Think of really pulling the belly button up into the spine. And just release into your tabletop. Now we'll work into high plank. Walk your hands a little bit forward, shift your shoulders over your wrists, curl your toes, you'll lift your knees. Feet can be hips distance apart here. So kind of our regular plank, our shoulder blades are kind of neutral on the mat, a slight push the floor away. And now I want you to really push into the mat and spread the shoulder blades away from you. Begin to pull your belly button up into your spine. We're going to hold here. Breathing. Keep pushing into the floor. Spread your shoulder blades away. Legs nice and strong. Push and release. So we're kind of adding core and hollow body into that protracted position of the shoulder blades, which we're going to need in order to step the foot in between the hands. Next up, let's lay on our back and work on our back knee to nose shape. Lie down on your back. Bring your chin into your chest, which will lift your head up, and drop your front ribs down. So we're basically taking protraction here as the shoulder blades spread away as our front ribs go down. I want you to reach your hands towards your feet and hold. Belly button pulls down. Now from here, bring your feet together and lift them up. Hollow body shape. Doing your best to minimize how much space is between you and the mat and the lumbar spine. Belly button presses down. And in order to minimize that, you might need to lift your legs up a little bit or take one leg at a time. We're holding, oh my goodness, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. So that's the shape in your back and your core that we need for that transition. We're going to add on here. Hug your right knee into your chest so you can use your hands to start. And just try to feel your thigh close to your right side of your torso. And same thing here, bring your chin in, front ribs down, and pull your knee in towards your nose. So it's not about like yanking through your neck, it's really coming from your core engagement and the flexibility in the back body. See if you could hover your left heel off the mat. And now we're going to release the hands and see if we can maintain this shape. Woo! Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. And we'll switch. Left leg in. Grab the front shin bone. Begin to bring your chin down, front ribs down, belly pulls into spine. Low back is as flat as you can. Hover your right heel. And now we'll release, try to maintain that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! So if you think about it, that position there is basically knee to nose, right? If we were flipped up on our hands, it would look something like that. So working knee to nose on the ground is a great thing to do. So let's just do a couple more here. So chin in, front ribs down. We'll go a little faster now. And switch. Belly pulls in, switch. Keep it going. We'll go 3, 2, and last one. Woo! Hug your knees into your chest here. And again, pull your chin into your chest. Come into a super tight ball. Belly pulls up and in. Point your feet, reach your hands. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Return to tabletop position with your 2 props, and we'll bring them up at their highest position here. So knees, hips distance apart. You can even kind of grip the blocks with your hands. So push the floor away from you. Take those protracted shoulders. Belly button pulls up into your spine. And straighten your right leg behind you. Now, I don't want you to come into a back bend and try to lift your right leg up too high. So just keep your heel in line with your hip, okay? Take an inhale here and exhale, knee to nose. So push the floor away. And you'll take one more and then we'll add on. So exhale, we use our exhale when we step forward because everything's compressing. We want to empty the diaphragm. Last one, we're going to try to step the foot in between our hands, but first I want you to get kind of the most pulled in you can, and then you can transition, flex the foot, and step it in between the blocks. And we'll go back. Let's do that again. Straighten out your right leg, take an inhale, exhale, push into the blocks, protract the shoulders, flex your foot, and step it forward. One more, straighten out. Exhale, spread your shoulder blades away, flex the foot, step it forward. And let's go and switch sides. Left leg straightens, take an inhale. As you exhale, knee to nose, spread your shoulder blades away. Inhale. Again, exhale. Inhale, we try to step the foot. If you're not getting it, that's okay. Every time you do this drill, this exercise, you're going to get stronger and stronger. Place the foot. And if it makes you feel better, this is what I did. This is why I'm teaching it. This is what I did to build up, to get this pose and this transition. Place your foot. And let's go one more. Straighten out your leg. Take an inhale. Exhale, push, 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 spread. Flex your foot. Place your foot. All right, good job. We're going to do that now through plank pose, and we will use the blocks. So I like the blocks to have a little bit more stability here in plank since we're not as weight bearing, so we'll take it on the lowest setting. So take your plank pose. Remember, it's high plank. Reach your right leg up, take an inhale, exhale, knee to nose. Knee to nose, pull, inhale. Through plank, high plank, exhale, spread your shoulder blades away. One more. And this last one, we're going to step the foot. Do your best. Flex your foot, shift your weight, place. Okay, let's step it back. We'll do that one more time. Lift, spread your shoulder blades away, knee to nose, flex your foot, place. Okay, and then, when you go back, you're basically doing the same thing, just reversed. So push the floor away, get used to that, and step it back. All right, let's take a quick break and we will switch sides. So in all of these transitions, start working your way out just as you're working your way in, which is to say mindfully, yeah? Okay, high plank position, lift your left leg up, take an inhale, exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, straighten it out. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, last one, we're stepping the foot. Flex, roar, step the foot forward. Okay, one more here. Three-legged plank, inhale, exhale, push, flex, and step. And then go back, same way. Okay, let's lower down onto our knees. So I am doing a progression, and that kind of means if you're not getting the next progression, then you can stay back at tabletop with the highest setting on the block and work there. If you're doing tabletop, high setting, you want to start lowering it, just go ahead and lower it, okay, until eventually you're just working here. Okay, so finally, here we go, downward facing dog. Let's use the blocks. So take your downward facing dog on your blocks. And we will Extend the right leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Shift your shoulders over your wrists. Protract your shoulders. Lower the hips a little bit. And then go back. Three-legged down dog. Same drill. Exhale, knee to nose. Last one, we'll try to place the foot right in between the hands. Here we go. Knee to nose, flex, place. Go back. And step it. Okay, last one on this side. Inhale, exhale, knee to nose, flex, place, go back. Quick little break. Let's hit that second side, downward facing dog. Hands up on your blocks. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, shift your weight forward, shoulders over wrists. Protract your shoulders. Inhale, three-legged down dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Last one, we'll step the foot in between the hands. Exhale. Okay, flex and think of placing. Really push the floor away. Woo! Step it back the same way. Last one, inhale up. Exhale. Spread your shoulder blades away, chin to chest, knee towards your nose, flex, push. This is the part you really have to get your maximum range of motion, place, and we go back. All right. Okay, so let's take it in downward facing dog, actually take the transition and just see if even just in this moment, if that has helped you, all of these drills and stretching have helped to any degree. And if not, it's all good. Usually this kind of stuff takes me about 3 months of really focused practicing. Inhale, right leg lifts up. Exhale, knee to nose, flex. Place, you gotta push, 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 push. We'll rise up, high crescent lunge. Now as you exhale, hands come down. Remember, we're doing the same thing to get out of this position, right? Push the floor away. You're going back through a kind of knee to nose, step back. Switch sides, left leg up. Exhale, spread your shoulder blades away. Flex your foot. Sound effects always help, right? Okay, nice high crescent lunge. Use your exhale to come down. Belly pulls up and then same exhale steps you back. Downward facing dog. All right, come down onto your knees. Whew, so you'll see that's quite a little core workout there. If you're looking for a course or a program to really get strong from the inside out, I developed a method called Activate Your Core, designed to enhance your yoga practice, where I teach you all of the deepest kind of core work, positions, exercises you can do. I educate you on all of the core muscles so that moving in this way will start to become effortless, and you'll begin to move with more grace, because really a lot of the transitions that we do in yoga require this much attention to flexibility and strength and the core. So I hope that you enjoyed this. Feel free to drop me a comment. I hope, if you haven't already, that you will subscribe if you've gotten this far, and can't wait to see how you progress with this video. Namaste.